Hi, it's me, TFR Wilderness. Welcome to my channel, and today I've got my first of my this month's KTRT reviews. But I'm doing this as a small stuff review. Now, small stuff reviews, for those who don't know, is a little sub review series where I get toys that are a little bit small or gimmicky, like Legends or Legion class toys or mini cons or Micromasters, and they're also gimmick toys like one step changers, power battlers, and that don't warrant a full-blown review. So I do them in this format, which I refer to as small stuff review, and the whole point of it is to do a quick review, 5 to 6 minutes, where I go over the toy quickly and do a quick review. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Right, so I've got this guy. This is Hello Carbot Mini Born, and here is the car mode. Now, these are kind of a reissue of an earlier toy line by Hello Carbots called the Micro series, and I've got one of the micro figures here. Here's Hello Carbots Micro Pony Meister. Now, the original toys were based on licensed Hyundai car modes, and I can show this with the box. As you can see, it's got a Hyundai logo and a scale model thing. But the new box hasn't got any of that. It's got the new Hello Carbot mini logo, and also it's made by Choi Rock. Not, well, I refer to it as Koi Rock, but it's Choi Rock because my pronunciation has been corrected because I've been watching a Korean reviewer by the name of KRBrickBots, who I've found recently, who's a guy in Korea who's reviewing Korean toys, like Hello Carbot figures and such like, and he speaks English, so you can understand what he's saying, and he translates a lot of the Korean hangles in his review. He's very honest in his reviews as well. If the toy's rubbish, he will say so. He will point out all its flaws and faults, and he's a pretty good little reviewer. So I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, so go check him out if you will. Carry on with this review. So obviously, Hello Carbots have moved away from the licensed toy modes. They did an original version of Born, who is based on this guy. So this is the big Hello Carbots Born. He's based on the licensed version of the Hyundai Genesis Coupe. This is the original toy, and but they did a version of that in this scale, in the micro scale, but moving forward to the modern day, they've reissued these toys. They've remolded them to do away with the licensed car modes, and we've got these new figures. Now, what I will say about the original micro figures, yeah, they were known for loose joints and lack of paint apps. So this is one of the new wave of reissued figures where they've remolded a lot of the parts. I mean, like they've remolded the grille. It's got like a sigil on the front grille. It's got different bonnet flutes. The sides is pretty much the same, but the back end they've remolded it. It's a green car. I mean, it's got painted windows, painted lights. They haven't put any paint on the wheels, unfortunately, and they could have done with a bit more paint on the front end. So that's about all you can say about the car mode. It rolls really well. It's got weapon storage underneath. Hasn't got much clearance to the back of the car on the ground. I mean, if you could put it on a perfectly flat surface, it will roll perfectly well, but if the surface is slightly uneven, it gets stuck because it's hitting bits underneath. So right, transformation on this guy is very simple. You sort of pull the sides out, pull the legs down, split the legs, and then you fold down the chest and flip the arms around, and there we go. There he is in robot mode. Also, he's got his weapons, which are pegged into his arms, which you can swing them round. And there we have his weapons, and he sort of emulates the original figure because he had weapons that went onto his arm. These kind of like sort of flat sword things. Now, robot mode, pretty neat, decently detailed, molded detail on the legs. Again, paint apps he's not flush with paint apps like the original ones, but he does have a decent amount of paint apps. I mean, he's got like orange knees there, got a bit of black on his head. When you compare it with the original colours of the original, you can see obviously he's missing some black on the legs, he's missing some black on the arms, could do with a bit of black on the bonnet, chest thing, and obviously could do with a bit more black on his head. But apart from that, he's not a bad little bot. Now he does have a fault where the chest doesn't plug in very well, but if you press quite hard, it does kind of peg in. The weapons are on a 3mm peg. They do come off, so you can remove the weapons, and they are compatible with other Transformer toys that have the 3mm peg system. Articulation, it's got a ball jointed shoulder, it goes all the way around. It's kind of like got a butterfly joint on the shoulder there, so it can move his arms like that. The legs, he's got ball jointed hips, goes forward, goes back, obviously a little bit of movement there. Knee, which only goes back so far, and then he's got double joints on the ankles so they can move around quite a bit. Decently posable for what it is. It's basically a legend scale figure. I mean, a quick size comparison. There he is next to Legends Combiner Wars Bombshell. Kind of a more of a Legion legend scale figure. And this guy, as you can see, the joints are nice and tight, unlike the original figure where the joints were all floppy. So that's one thing they fixed on these new figures. They've tightened up the joints, and so they're nicely weighted. They move really well. So yeah, that's that. He's a decent little figure. As I said, they've done away with the licensed car mode, which is a bit of a shame because that's kind of what brought me into the Hello Carbot toy line in the first place. But yeah, it's not a bad little figure. They're reissuing a lot of the original molds. They're remolding them, making them different. I mean, they've done they've redone Meister, and he's instead of it being like a coupe car, it's more of like a saloon car. And yeah, they've done the Dandy ambulance version, and they've done Pentastorm as well. They've remolded him. Hopefully, they might do some of the other figures because the original micro figures are getting really hard to find now. There's only a few left, and it's only like certain figures that are still available. But anyway, so that's my little review of Hello Carbot Mini Born. He's pretty neat, he's pretty cool, and that's been my review for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Farewell.